recent Ascend Indiana and Employ Indy report shows a widening gap between available jobs and qualified workers across the state in this post-pandemic era. The new data shows a sharp decline in residents with degrees, but an increase in demand for workers with them. Jason Clove, president and CEO of Ascend Indiana, joins us this morning. And Jason, for starters, what are some of the factors leading to this labor market misalignment?
Sure. So I think you captured it well. The gap between open jobs and available talent continues to widen. What we're seeing is an acceleration of jobs that increasingly require an associate's degree or a bachelor's degree. And at the same time, we see that too few students are graduating from high school with the skills necessary to succeed in the job market. Too few go on to enroll in higher education, to concentrate in fields that align with where we anticipate jobs being in the economy, and then go on to complete and find a job in Indiana. At the same time, what we're seeing is a decline in jobs that require only a high school degree or no formal education. And this gap is ultimately driven by trends in globalization. So we saw jobs, for instance, the carrier jobs that were offshored, but also increasingly due to automation. We've all experienced the changes that we've seen in banking or in retail, et cetera, as those jobs are increasingly done by machines. And so this leads to growing inequality, income inequality in society, which has long-term effects on the social safety net, public health, public safety, and a general feeling that Americans have that they may not have the opportunities that previous generations had.
Yeah, you see those equity gaps widening not only in post-secondary education, but also in the workforce. So talk to me, what are some equitable opportunities to get good employment?
Sure. So the equity gaps we see are pronounced really at every level of the education system and then on into workforce. A local effort, Business Equity for Indy, has been really focused on addressing these gaps. But specifically, we see that access to high quality, affordable early childhood education is an area where we need to make dramatic improvements. In addition, at the K-12 level, there are gaps in both math and English language arts performance, specifically along racial lines, as well as individuals going on to enroll in post-secondary education and complete. And all of that shows up in big differentials in wages, both along gender lines as well as racial lines. So we think there are a number of positive steps that we see the city taking and the state taking going forward.
And with this gap widening, what are some solutions to make it less wide? How can we move forward and actually get more equitable options for people?
Sure. There are a number of steps that we can take and have recommended in the report, but specifically expand access to high quality early childhood education for families is one. Second, expand high quality work-based learning opportunities and apprenticeship opportunities at both the high school and at the post-secondary level, which we've seen both the state superintendent for public instruction and commissioner for higher education leading on. One of the proposed solutions was automatic enrollment in 21st century scholars for low-income students who are disproportionately likely to be students of color. And so the city has really been a leader on that with Indy Achieves. We'd like to see that expand across the state of Indiana. And then expanding things like the employer training grant, but making sure it's tied to individuals being able to get the training they need to get to an 18-hour job that provides healthcare and benefits so that they can participate in the middle class and really the American dream.
Well, thank you so much, Jason, for joining us. We now know the problem and some ways that we can move forward with some solutions. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your day.